Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Diego. I'm trying to get these hats so you can see them. It's Diego with my beautiful wife, Karina from Venezuela. We went through the K1 visa process just like you guys. And Karina had her scary visa interview at the U.S. Embassy in Bogota, Colombia, November 16th, 2023. She got a green card in her hand on June 25th, 2024. So you can calculate the math from the interview. Now, we also had to go through a 221G administrative hold. She got her visa approved, but Karina had to get a Interpol police certificate because she lived in Colombia for 6 years. Okay, now she's Venezuelan, living in Colombia for 6 years. So we had to get an additional police certificate, which I never even heard of before. Totally news to us. Okay, but Karina got it, and I was with her. She went downtown in Bogota, and she squared off with the colonel, and she got her Interpol police certificate. Uno Mikey is in the house now. Uno Mikey, your prometida, your future bride to be, is in Colombia also, right? Isn't she in Colombia? If I remember, weren't you asking for the email address to the U.S. Embassy in Bogota, Colombia? If I remember, you wanted the email address, so you can write to Bogota, check in with the embassy, and that will extend your NOA2 letter. Remember, your NOA2 letter's got a 4-month window of time on it when you get approved. It's got 4 months on there on the NOA2 letter. Don't panic. As long as you are scheduling interviews and scheduling your biometrics and maintaining contact with the embassy or MVC, your NOA2 letter will not be terminated. Hola Diego and Karina, ¿cómo está ustedes? K Messenger in Mississippi, Texas, right? But you were in Mexico. K Messenger was in Mexico in a town I can't pronounce. It was an indigenous, I think in Inca or an indigenous town. I can't pronounce the name of it. K Messenger. Your pixie dust is amazing. We just got our notice electronically this week. Well, and Uno Mikey says I did, and they said they haven't received it yet. So Uno Mikey and K Messenger, you're going to get lots of pixie dust, lots more. Shall I open this up? Shall I throw it? No, I won't. It'll make a heck of a mess, wouldn't it? Congratulations, guys. Dwayne Bickelman, I still didn't get in transit. July 23rd was sent to MVC. So how long will it take? K1FTP, we have to have medical on Friday and to the DS-160. Did you pay the visa fee? You submitted the DS-160. Did you pay the visa fee? That's a good question, right? And so if you still didn't get in transit, well, if it was sent to the National Visa Center, the National Visa Center will mail it to the embassy when the embassy gets unbusy. When the embassy gets unbusy, then they will send you a ready status, and you'll get that K1FTP letter. I just had to delete something off the freaking live stream chat. I can hardly read what you're saying. Let me see. Dwayne Bickelman didn't get in transit yet. Hang in there. July 23rd is still early. It's still early. Francois Livingston. Good evening, Diego and Karina. What's going on, Francois? And Francois. Pixie dust for Francois in upstate New York. And her husband-to-be is from Morocco, but he lives in the United Arab Emirates in Abu Dhabi. And his scary visa interview is on September 18th, right? Francois, pretty good memory, right? Nikita Ajani, hi Diego, my work permit card was produced. It was produced. That gets a Mountain Dew salute. You know what that means, right? But the status online says tracking unavailable. It hasn't been, the U.S. Postal Service hasn't got it picked up yet in their system. But you get a Mountain Dew salute. It was produced in Corbin, Kentucky. Okay? Corbin, Kentucky. Will they be updating the tracking number on the case status, or should I just keep checking the mailbox? Keep checking the status. The U.S. Postal Service, when they get it, they're going to issue a tracking number because this is a document that's very, very sensitive. Okay, and a work permit is a very sensitive document, so it will be tracked from Coburn, Kentucky to your house, but you're waiting for immigration to give it to the post service, who will then assign a tracking number to it. Okay, you got it? Okay, Messenger, how long after your notice from USCIS did you get your appointment for biometrics? This is about 10 days. Thank you again, guys. K Messenger, no worries. It was about 10 days. Somewhere, something like that. Dwayne Bickelman, the 675 I-129F. Well, the I-129F is your K-1 visa application. That's what that is. And you're waiting for your K-1 FTP email, which comes from the embassy. Hang in there. You're still early. April Flower, hi Diego and Karina. The SEAC status. Now, SEAC is Consular Electronic Application Center. That's what SEAC means. The SEAC status show application received even after my fiance had his interview already. That's okay. What does it mean? Just to note that they asked for photos of himself when they requested. It means the visa is in process, okay, at the embassy. It's in process at the embassy. The SEAC says application received. The embassy has everything they need. He's had his interview. It's in process. They needed the pictures. They needed the photographs so they can create the K-1 visa. Francois Livingston emailed the embassy in Abu Dhabi about the biometrics. Good job. That's what you got to do. Or Hamid can do that. April Flower, his passport. Yeah, your K-1 visa, his K-1 visa is being processed at the embassy. Okay? It's not a quick thing. It's not a fast process all the time. You're good, April. Relax, April Flower, okay? Chernobyl 955. Now, Chernobyl, wasn't that a big nuclear disaster in the Ukraine? Wasn't that where like a nuclear power station blew up? Hey, Diego, I just got my embassy interview date and medical appointment a week before. How long to be able to receive the sealed medical document to receive the visa after approval? Well, depending on the country, you go to the visa interview, you get the K-1 visa approved, the K-1 visa gets produced, and then once the K-1 visa is produced, you get an issued status, then you go pick up the K-1 visa with the packet, okay? The sealed medical exam, you get that, you need to do the medical exam about 2 weeks before the visa appointment, and the doc should give it to you probably two days after it, okay? And Karina's pointing down here, Chernobyl 955 for Bogota, Colombia. You got your embassy interview day and medical appointment a week before. How long to be able to receive the sealed medical document and to receive the visa after approval? Well, you should get the package about 2 days after the medical appointment. It's about 2 days after. And then you carry it to the interview. And then you'll get your visa probably about 7 to 8 days after that. Let me see. Cozy Moth. Hey, Diego, my fiance interview is tomorrow. Man, do salute for Cozy Moth. Tomorrow's the big day. Relax, Cozy Moth. You got this. Don't be nervous, but it's normal. It's easy for me to say, okay? But it's normal to be nervous. But you'll be fine. Francois Livingston emailed the embassy in Abu Dhabi. I asked about the biometrics, and the embassy replied saying they will be done on the same day as the interview. So wasn't that a good thing? I sent you that email address, right? You're right about the interview date. I'm never wrong, Francois. The only time I'm wrong is, when have I ever been wrong on this channel? I don't remember. Bud Garcia, hello, Diego and Karina from Washington State. Bud Garcia, and soon your prometida from Thailand will be in the United States, and you're going to be getting married, right? And instead of flying to Los Angeles, you're going to fly directly into where? Into Washington State, right? Which makes sense. Dwayne Beckerman, yes, thank you. No problem. El Piso Tube. Hello, Diego. I'm waiting on my NOA 2, Notice of Action Letter 2, but I'm anxious about the medical test as I don't know what I have and miss it. Well, you don't get a medical test, you don't get the medical exam until you get your visa interview scheduled. Additionally, the COVID vaccine is required for K1 fiancé visa. Yes. Well, not so much for the K1 fiancé visa. The COVID vaccination is required for the green card, not for the K1 visa. You can leave the country, your country. You can leave Colombia, Ecuador, wherever you are, you can leave and arrive in the United States without a COVID vaccination. But you got to have it plus the booster when you apply for your green card, or else you won't get your green card. Sam Basila, hi Diego, what's the current time frame for green card adjustment status for K1 visa? USCIS file field is National Visa Center. Well, if your paperwork went to the National Visa Center, that's in New Hampshire, if you tell me what country, I might be able to give you a better idea on how long it's going to take for you to get your visa interview scheduled. The green card comes into play when you get to the United States and get married, and you apply for the green card right here in America. Bud Garcia, what is the days you are live now? We are live. I'll type it in right here. We do a live stream on Wednesday and Saturday. If I can spell it, at 6 p.m. Central. There we go. Let me see here. Howard A. Hey, Diego, what's going on, Howard A? Now, you should be getting ready to go to Colombia, right? Aren't you in Colombia? Chris and Emil, scary interview. Ha ha, yeah, scary visa interview. It's just it's part of the process, right? Let me see. Karina's getting control of here so I don't miss anything. K Messenger, how long was the process for the biometrics for the green card? Can you explain how it transpired? I recall you went to New Orleans, correct? Yes, we went to New Orleans. Karina applied for her green card. Okay, she wrote a check to the U.S. Department of Homeland Security and applied for her green card. They opened up her package in Chicago, and about a week later, she got a letter scheduling her biometrics. The biometrics at the green card level is scheduled by the immigration folks. The biometrics usually for the K1 visa embassy interview is scheduled by the sponsor or the beneficiary. So Karina applied for a green card. They cashed her check, and they sent her a letter scheduling her biometrics in New Orleans, the day, the time, and the location. So we made a weekend out of it because we live in Florida, and she had to go to Louisiana for her biometrics. We just spent the weekend in New Orleans. And it was easy. It's no big deal. And then how long did it take them to send the green card after the biometrics? For us, she got her green card within March, April, May, about 3.5 months from applying for her green card. Harold A., my fiance went to do blood work, but she didn't do any vaccinations. They told her she can get the shots in America. That's right. She can get her vaccinations in the United States, but it's a whole lot cheaper to get it done in Colombia. In Bogota, it cost us $400 for everything. There's about 11 or 12 shots you have to get, and it was about $400. If we did that here in America, it would have cost us $1,200, 3 times the price. Okay, it would have been 3 times the price. Remember, we're under Bidenomics here in America right now, so everything's crazy expensive. Okay, it's cheaper for her to get all her vaccinations done in Colombia, in Bogota. Just my opinion. I mean, you do as you want, but you got to have the vaccinations for the green card. I admit you got to have them for the green card, but it's cheaper to get them done in Bogota. Let me see here. Make sure I don't miss anybody. Chernobyl 955. Thank you. Just wanted to see how long to plan a trip to Bogota since I'm in Medellin. Oh, you're in Medellin. Okay. So that's the city of eternal spring. Traffic is horrendous, but the climate is fantastic, right? It's always, what is it, about 80 degrees all year round in Medellin, right? Beautiful place, but the traffic's crazy. And it's about how long in avion? Medellin to Bogotá. ¿Cuánto tiempo en avión?
45 minutes.
It's like a 45-minute plane ride from Medellin to Bogotá. Lamin Jabang, hello, it's Diego. How are you? We're good. I have my green card receipt, but my alien number, she have a problem. Well, what's the problem with the alien number? You have your green card in receipt. What is a green card receipt? You're talking about the NOA2 letter. Explain it more precisely. Bud Garcia, yes, we are at his 43 days left. 43 days, and Bud Garcia is happy. Francois Livingston. Let me see here. I can't add Hamid's name on the water bill unless he's listed on the deed. Next bill will be generated October 1st. Now what? Well, wait till he gets to America. Add him onto the water bill after you add him on the deed. Get it to America, get married, get a social security number for him at the Social Security office, then add him to the water bill. Remember, Francois, you're not going to be submitting the green card package right away. You're gonna wait at least 60 days after you get married before you apply for the green card. At least 60 days. Okay, Francois, you got it? Relax, you're good. And in Lamin, you said, I have the green card receipt, but my alien number has a problem. What is the problem? What's wrong? Francois, you got it? Harold A., she went to the medical exam today. So she went to see Dr. Dennis today, right? On the 9th floor of the medical department in Bogota. And she had a fantastic, beautiful view from the top there. She was looking out at the vista. It's a really nice view from the 9th floor of the doctor's office in Bogota. Ben, also thanks for your videos. We watched a few of them and they helped a lot. Okay, Ben, that's the Mountain Dew salute. I've made 1,000 videos almost. I don't know, close to 1,000 videos on everything, on how to process a K1 visa. There should be no reason why you are paying an immigration attorney to fill out this simple paperwork. It's easy. Now, I'm not an immigration attorney. I don't give you any legal advice. I don't work for the State Department, and I don't work for those companies that charge you an arm and a leg to fill out a freaking paperwork. But if you watch the videos I've made, and if you want to find out what the I-94 is, go into the channel and type in I-94. If you want to know what is the procedure for the entry in the United States, the Border Patrol entry, type in entering the United States. I've made a video that covers every single part of this process for K1s and green cards. Non Vang Envy Homes. Hello, Diego and Karina. Another great day. My wife's 2-year conditional green card arrived today. Look at that. So you're going to sell a house in Celebration. We're also fortunate that my workplace will hire her, so she'll be working soon. Put her to work. But you got it. That's great. Señora que prende trabajo con señor edificio. It's good. El Piso Tube. Hello, Diego. I'm waiting on my NOA2 letter right now, but I'm anxious about the medical test as I don't know what I have and miss it. You don't get the medical exam until you have scheduled the visa interview in the country where you're living. Additionally, the COVID vaccine is required for a K1 fiance visa. No, it's not. It's required for the green card application. Bud Garcia, no more Monday. Okay, so I know. Yeah, I was doing a live stream Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. And I don't know, maybe that was overkill. Maybe that was too much. Too much YouTube, too much live streaming. So Wednesdays and Saturdays is spaced out, right? Wednesdays and Saturdays, the time is spaced out. And you don't get bored with the channel. I don't want you to get bored with the channel. David B, having trouble getting my I-94 number. When I enter my information, I get this page that shows the date of arrival, and what city, but I get no other information. When entering my info, it says it doesn't match. You gotta try. The name, maybe the Border Patrol officer put the name in backwards on the I-94. You gotta put the name in, okay, on the I-94, and if it doesn't match, reverse the name. Put in the last name and the first name. Put the first name in the last name. Keep doing that, and if you cannot still get your I-94, because you gotta have it for your green card application, it's mandatory you include your I-94 in your green card application. If you cannot figure it out, call the Border Patrol, and they will tell you how to get it. I've explained to you how to get it. You know how to get it. You can't pull it up, so call the Border Patrol and ask them to get it for you. You gotta have it. You gotta have it. And I understand. It's you gotta have that I-94. And look at that, Nong Vang MB Homes. Thank you for that super chat. Valuable information on here. Let's all make it rain. Well, we need rain. It's 84 degrees outside. And a super chat salute to Nong Vang MV Homes. Thank you, sir. We appreciate the super chats. Francois, listen to this. I can't add Hammond's name on the water bill. You can when he gets to America and you get him a social security number. Ben is thanking for the videos. Nong Vang MV Homes. Hello, Diego and Karina. Another great day. My wife's 2-year conditional green card arrived. We're glad to hear that she's going to be working with you. And David B., you can call the Border Patrol office. Google Border Patrol, and call them up and say, hey, I can't get my I-94. You got to have it for your green card application. Francois is no more Mondays, Bud Garcia. Well, we doing it Mondays, and then 2 days later, Wednesday, don't you guys get bored with the channel? I mean, honestly, if you're not bored with it, if you'd like me to repeat, if you want me to do it 3 times a week, I can do that. It's fine. I just don't want you to get bored, okay? But Karina's working, so I'm not gonna have her, included that on every time, because she wants to rest, Chris and Emil, no more Monday YouTube video. Well, it's a live stream. Francois Bud Garcia took your advice and did the I-134 in pencil, then typed it up. There you go. Sam Basila, my wife came into the United States on a K-1 visa. We got married, and I submitted the adjustment status. She came from the Ivory Coast. Well, it's in West Africa, right? Isn't the Ivory Coast in West Africa? That's fantastic. We're glad you're here. Harold A., the doctors told her she would get the shot here. You can get them done in Bogota. Get them done in the hospital. Dr. Dennis's staff can administer the vaccinations in Bogota if you want. Just make sure you pay for them. It ain't free. Remember, Colombia is a republic. It's a capitalist country. Ain't free. You got to pay for it. Francois, Diego, you skipped my comment. Karina, guide Diego, please. Donde? Where's your question, Francois? I don't see it. I don't see it. Maybe it didn't show up. No, I don't see it, Karina. I don't want to skip your questions, Francois. Brima Balde, hi Diego. I paid my visa fee in Dakar, but still can't have an interview date for K1. Do you know when an appointment is available? That's in Senegal, and the way to do it is you got to keep looking. Senegal are processing K1 visas. They're busy though. July and August is probably their busiest month. And then again in November is busy also. But you just got to keep checking back twice a day and looking for an appointment date, okay? You'll get it. You'll get it done. Relax. You've got everything on track, okay? You paid the fee. Did you submit the DS-160? You paid the visa fee. Did you submit the DS-160 to the embassy? Francois, got it. I'm trying to follow your advice about the solid evidences for the green card. Yeah. Kuna got her green card in like 3 months and a couple of weeks. Her green card application was this thick. Okay? Karina was on the electric bill, the water bill, the trash bill, the deed to the house, the title to the car. She got a military ID as a spousal dependent, or her K1 visa, her green card application was rock solid. We had pictures going back from when we started dating. We had pictures in 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024. That's 4 years worth of pictures. Okay, we got her on BJ's Wholesale Club. I'm a member. She's a member. We got the two cards, put them together on a piece of paper, and took a picture of it. My name's on the BJ's Wholesale Club. Karina is a BJ Wholesale Club member. She's on the bank account. When the bank statements started to come in, we collected the bank statements. We whited out the account numbers. That's private. But the immigration could see her name was a joint account holder on the bank. Immigration want to see you live together. You're in a real relationship. That's what they're looking for. The more evidence you have, the better it is. And the quicker you get your green card, okay, and the less chance of getting an RFE. But at Brima, you will get a K1 visa appointment in Senegal. Dakar is in Senegal. Well, you know that already, but that's for folks who may not know that. Rich Spice Jr., hola Diego and Karina. What's going on, guys? At Brima, hi Diego, you paid the visa fee. You got to keep checking. Let me see. At Brima, you're repeating yourself. At Brima, you told me that like 20 times. Francois, got it. I'm trying to follow your advice. And let me see here. Ben, how long does it take to get the green card mailed to my wife? I think I missed your answer. I walked away. Depends on how powerful your green card package was. If you put together a very, very, very strong green card application with so much evidence of you guys living together, she's co-mingling funds with you, it could take 3 months. But in the summertime, it usually takes a little bit longer. The summertime is usually a little bit longer, 4 to 5 months, sometimes 6 months. It all depends on how busy the folks are and whether it went to Chicago or wherever. They went to Chicago, Texas, Elgin, Illinois, Arizona. Bud Garcia, you are welcome, Francois. It just made it easy for me. I'm glad it worked for you. That's good. April Flower, Rich Spice Jr., I got good news. The visas arrived in Cali, Colombia for my fiance and 3 kids. Now, you got a fiance, 3 kids, that's 4 people. You are 5. Your family size is 5 when you fill out the affidavit of support. Mountain Dew salute, by the way. Your family size is going to be 5 when you fill out the I-864. That's good. Cali, Colombia. That's where salsa dancing is popular. But salsa dancing actually originated in New York City, and then it was brought to Colombia by the U.S. Navy, and then it made its way to Cali, and now Cali is basically the de facto owner of the origins of salsa, but it originated actually in New York. April Flower, they sent an email requesting photos from age 15 until now. When they asked for his passport, I don't know, what does that mean? They're asking for pictures from age 15 until now. So they're just making sure, okay, that he is who he says he is. That's all. So send them the pictures from age 15. Just send them the pictures. They're doing a biometric scan on him, okay? That's what they're doing. They're verifying his identity. That's all they're doing. Relax. And Long Vang Envy Homes, thank you for that super chat. We appreciate it. Natty Olisa, hi Diego. Getting through the Border Patrol with a K1 visa. Can I join the Citizens Line? Yes, you can. When you arrive in America, get in the U.S. citizenship line if you have a K1 visa in your passport. Okay? Get in the U.S. citizenship line. Nadia Olisa, what should I expect and what should I get from them? Well, you land in America, your K1 visa goes away, You hand your passport in to the Border Patrol. They look at it. You tell them you need a K-1 visa face-to-face interview. The Border Patrol will schedule you a face-to-face interview at the airport. It takes a few minutes. You go into an office or a space or whatever, and you do a face-to-face interview with the Border Patrol. They ask you maybe a few questions, or maybe they don't ask you any questions at all. They then issue you a Form I-94, which is electronic in a computer. It takes a couple of days to get created, but then that's it. Welcome to America. It's easy. It's very simple. But you got to make sure you print your K-1 visa, I-94, because remember, when you arrive in America, your K-1 visa becomes obsolete. It goes away. It is no longer functional. Now you're on an I-94 with 90 days of time on it, and you got to get married within those 90 days, okay? That's what you got to do. Let me see. Brima, yes, I did. So you submitted the DS-160. Now you just got to keep looking for an appointment slot to open up. That's all. San Basila, what is the current time frame for the adjustment of status? Field is National Benefits Center, the NBC. For the NBC, I don't know. The NBC is very rare that somebody's package goes to the National Benefits Center. NBC, I don't know. But I'm going to just hazard a guess and say it's going to be the same as if you were going through Chicago or Phoenix, Arizona, or Texas or Elgin, Illinois. Okay, it's about 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, probably the longest. Francois, it's right after Bud Garcia commenting about No More Monday. Live K Messenger comment. I will rewrite it. Yeah, Francois, I mean, I got no problem doing a Monday live stream, but Karina's working her butt off, okay? So, right? So I can do it by myself if you want, but Karina's going to relax, right? Okay. Let me see. But I don't want to be repeating myself on Monday and then repeat myself on Wednesday. And I've got like 10 people watching. Let me see. Francois, I went today to the county clerk's office and got a certified copy of my house deed and a couple more copies of my divorce decree, certified copies, stamped by the clerk. The certified copy of the deed is going with all the papers Friday. Okay, good. Very good. Top of the class. Richard Spice Jr., what do you call folks from Cali? What do we call folks from Cali? Colombians? Colombians. And I mean, I don't know. What do you call people from America? Harold Egg, but what shots does she need? If you Google in the channel, vaccinations, I've made videos on the vaccinations that you need for the green card. I've made videos on it. I can't list them all here. It's about 10 or 11 of them. I'll be here typing for like 10 minutes. Let me see here. Francois, DHL, FedEx, and UPS are way too expensive and will bankrupt me. But the post office was the cheapest and the box will go certified. That's fine. No problem. Harold A., they told her get the shot in the United States. Yeah, but you can get it done in Colombia. In Colombia, it's much more economical. It's very expensive to get a vaccination in the United States. It's expensive. Inflation's out of control. It's crazy. The price of food, the price of everything is out of control. If you can get the vaccinations in Colombia, get them done there. Bud Garcia, 2 times a week is good enough. 2 tiempos por semana es bien para live stream. There you go. 2 times a week. So we don't get overkill, right? And you don't get bored. Harold A. Cali is Calina and Calinos.
Caleños.
What?
Caleños.
Caleños. Is Caleños? It's Caleños. Rich Spice Jr., they have a special name when they are from Cali or Medellin. Okay, nombre es especial para vivo en Cali y Medellin. I don't know, man. Rich Spice Jr., by the way, I flew down in 2 weeks. I fly down in 2 weeks, and we all fly to the United States at the end of the month, going through Miami. That's a smart move coming into Miami. Are you flying Avianca or American Airlines? Okay, don't fly Delta. If you fly Delta, you're going to get stuck in Atlanta. Atlanta's the biggest hub in the United States. You're going to be stuck in immigration forever. Miami's calm. It's relaja, right? Miami was calm. It wasn't too bad. It was easy. And we arrived very early, Krina said. Rich Spice Jr., yes, that is it Caleños?
Caleños.
Okay, what?
Caleños.
Caleños.
Medellín, paisas.
Paisas.
En Medellín.
Medellín is paisas. In Cali is Caleños. I learned something new. Rich Spicer, Avianca, smart man. Yeah, you learned it from this channel, right? We flew Avianca. Very nice airline. And then Southwest bags fly free. Okay, so you have a connecting flight from Miami. Have you left enough time from when you arrive in Miami to when you get your connecting flight to your final destination? You want to have at least 6 hours from when you arrive to Texas. Okay, so if you're going to be living in Texas, you're going to apply for your green card in Louisville, Texas. If you live in Texas, you're going to apply for your green card at the same place that you applied for the K-1 visa. Okay, so now you're ahead of the game. You know where to apply for your green card. But if you're flying from Miami to Texas, make sure you left enough time from when you land to when you leave Miami. Arrive at 4:30, and then so you're going to be spending the night in the hotel. In the airport. It's okay. You can do that. That's more than enough time to get through immigration, and then get something to eat, and then get on the next flight to Texas. Harold A., what is the video name for the shots? I would say type in this. Okay, type in this. Go into the channel. Okay, this is your YouTube channel, right? And type in vaccinations and see what happens. It'll bring up probably 2 or 3 videos. K Messenger, Karina, ¿cómo le gustas trabajando? Do you like your work in the United States?
Muy fácil. Menos tiempo que en América.
She said
menos tiempo.
She said she doesn't have to work as long hours in the United States compared to Bogota. In Colombia, she's working 15 hours a day, 6 days a week. She said here it's much better. Rich, and she said, thank you for the question. Well, you knew that already. You speak Spanish. Rich Spice Jr., I got a hotel. The kids would not do well sleeping in the airport. They would have a blast, Rich. It's an adventure. What an adventure, right? The kids sleeping in the Miami airport. Like 3 o'clock in the morning, they're going to get up and they're going to explore. What an adventure. But that's okay. Harold A., thanks. You're welcome. K Messenger, she can be a submariner. Senor, tu en marina. Tu en marina trabajo en submarina. Rich Spice Jr. Yeah, the kids will get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and then they're going to be knocking on all the restaurants, but they're all going to be closed. Everything closes, and then they can have fun talking to the guy who's with the cleaning the carpets. 2 o'clock in the morning, and it's cheaper to spend the night in the airport than it is spending money in a hotel room. I spent the night in airport in Fort Lauderdale and in Miami. I just stayed there, sitting in the chair. I remember I was in Fort Lauderdale, and the security guy came over to me about 2 o'clock in the morning, and I was just sitting there, and he said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm sitting in a chair." "Well, why are you here?" "I'm waiting for my flight." "When does your flight leave?" 7 o'clock in the morning. "Well, why are you here?" "Waiting for my flight." And he said, "Okay." And he left me alone. Francois Livingston, look at that. Super chat from Francois. Siempre, Francois. Always you support the channel. Mount Dew salute for Francois. Now, Larry Piercy, his wife from Thailand is in America now, and they're doing very well, and they're happy and having a blast. That's why you probably are not seeing them on the channel, because they're busy, you know. Let me see here. Rich Spice Jr., when do we apply for the work permit? Why are you going to spend $260, I think it is, for a work permit, when you're going to spend $1,440 for the green card plus the kids? Francois, another super chat. Francois, man, look at you. Another Mountain Dew salute. Francois, thank you. Well, Francois, we're going to pull you over the finish line. It's almost September. September 18th is going to be here before you know it. And then it's going to be winter. And then Hamad's going to be in the United States, in upstate New York, freezing his butt off. He's going to be like, it's cold here. Because he's used to being in the heat of Abu Dhabi and Morocco. Although you said it gets cool in Morocco, right? Rich Spicer, don't waste your money on the work permit. Just apply for the green cards. Because if you apply for the work permit, the green card's going to come in right after the work permit. A month after, maybe 2 months. Why would you spend $260 for a freaking work permit that's good for 2 months? Don't waste your money on it. Use that $260 and go take your family out to dinner somewhere. You apply for the green card and the biometrics per person. So you're going to apply for the green card per person. So how many you got? What? 4 people, 3 kids, and your wife to be. So you're going to apply for 4 green cards. You're going to apply for 4 green cards. That's a lot of money. Okay? Save the money on the work permit. Don't waste your money. Just apply for the green cards. You'll get them. You'll get the green card. You can work on the green card. You live in America on the green card. You can travel on the green card. But I don't recommend you leave America. Just travel within the United States. Rich Spice Jr., if it was just me, then I would have no problem. But all 5 of us, 5 people, would be an adventure. Spending the night in Miami Airport. It would be an adventure. A memory. LK, hello. Did you interview on your I-485 green card application and biometrics? No. We put together a green, well, Karina did. I helped her. We put together a green card application that was so good that we don't need a second interview. Immigration are not going to waste their time interviewing people who are in real relationships, who are good. If you put together a crappy green card application with just the marriage certificate, the 485, the 864, the 693, a couple of pictures, and nothing else, you're going to be interviewed. And they're going to tell you to bring paperwork to show you guys are living together in a real relationship. But if you put all that stuff in your green card application, then they won't. They're not going to waste their time. Immigration's busy. They got enough to do without having to repeat interviewing people. But they will if they don't think your green card application is strong enough. Rich, so did we do an interview? No. Rich Spice Jr. said don't apply for the work permit. That's correct. Why waste the money? You're going to get your green card right after anyway. Estelle Lemagoon, what's up, Estelle? Hello, Mr. Diego. What's going on, Estelle? Rich Spice Jr., yes, I apply each separately. That's right. You got 4 green cards to apply for separately, but you can put them all in the same box and ship them out. Francois Livingston, tell Larry Piercy congratulations. Yeah, he got married, and he's doing great. K Messenger, to be clear, the biometrics in New Orleans was by appointment, so very little waiting. Thank you again. No. Karina got a letter in the mail. She opened it up. He said, oh, we got to go to biometrics in New Orleans. I said, okay. So I got on my phone, and I booked a hotel That was a 2-minute walk from the biometrics. The biometrics in New Orleans is on Poydras Street, 1250 Poydras Street. The Holiday Inn Express is a 2-minute walk from the USCIS office. So we stayed at the Holiday Inn Express, not the Holiday Inn Express, the Holiday Inn, correction. We stayed at the Holiday Inn. We got up in the morning. We went to the biometrics, which took 5 minutes. Karina went in. There wasn't a very long line of people. She did the fingerprints, the photograph, and the signature. It took 5 minutes. And then we had the rest of the day to explore New Orleans. And we went down Bourbon Street, and we went into the Hard Rock Cafe. And I looked at the price of a steak dinner at the Hard Rock Cafe in New Orleans. And I thought I was going to have to donate a kidney to eat a freaking steak at this Hard Rock Cafe in New Orleans. We ate at the Hard Rock Cafe in Bogota, a steak dinner for each of us, and it was about $9 for two big steak dinners, and papas fritas, and French fries, and broccoli, and a Coke, because they don't have Mountain Dew in Colombia. So for $9, or it was about $10, somewhere in there, we had two big steak dinners. At the Hard Rock Cafe in New Orleans, they wanted me to donate a kidney so we could eat. I said, no, we are not spending that kind of money on a freaking lunch. So Karina, she bought herself some souvenirs. She got a hat, and she got a fridge magnet. It said New Orleans Hard Rock Cafe. So we got it on the fridge. But we're conservative, okay? And we're not stupid. And we were not going to spend that kind of money on a freaking lunch. As much as we love their food, we said no. It's cheaper for us to fly back to Bogota and eat at the Hard Rock Cafe in Colombia than I'm exaggerating now, of course, but just my opinion. Tammy, hello, Diego. Do you know if there is an expiration on the medical? Yes, there is. It's 6 months. The status is it's on the SIAT website. My fiance just waiting to pick up the passport. There's Mountain Dew salute for Tammy, because we know that it's a pain. The medical department in Jamaica isn't the fastest service. So Mountain Dew salute to Tammy. The medical exam is good for 6 months. But when you get to the United States, to save all of the headaches of an RFE, repeat the medical exam. Okay? Repeat I'll write it right here. Repeat this form right here. Just repeat it. Repeat it. It's not expensive. Get a brand new medical exam in America, include it in the green card application. Per person. I don't know if you got K2s coming over, but per person. Okay, got it, Tammy? Good job. Rich Spice Jr. separately, meaning apply for my wife first, then later for the oldest child. No. Rich Spice Jr. When you apply for the green cards, you're going to apply for 4 green cards. You're going to put all 4 green card applications in one box. So you're going to go to Office Depot and you're going to buy 4 binders. And you're going to buy enough document protectors for 4 green card applications. And you're going to create a green card application for each person. That's going to be 4 separate I-94s, 4 separate copies of the K1 and the K2 visas, 4 separate copies of the passport, biographic pages, and you're going to include evidence for the 3 kids and for your wife. You're going to create 4 green card applications, 4 binders, 4 separate applications, and you're going to put them all together in a big box, and you're going to FedEx them or UPS them or DHL them. Now, for 4 people, right? For 4 people, not including the stupid work permit that you don't need, and don't waste your money on the advanced parole, it's going to be $5,760. Okay? But you're going to write 4 separate checks for $1,440. You're going to write 4 separate checks, if I can spell, right? You're going to write 4 separate checks. And you're going to put each one in a separate envelope, and you're going to pay for each green card separately, okay? But you're going to put them all in the same box and mail it to either Chicago, Phoenix, Arizona, Elgin, Illinois, or to Texas. If you live in Texas, it's going to go to Texas. You don't need a 4th job. You just got to plan ahead. So you're going to write 4 separate checks. And who do you make out the checks to? Right here. This is who you make out the checks to. All right. I can't even spell. I don't have my glasses on. So you're going to write 4 checks for $1,440. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to put them all in a separate envelope, and you're going to make each check out to the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. And I spelled Homeland correct. There's only one L in Homeland Security. All right. You got it? Francois Livingston, Aquarius, you know it. K Messenger, the biometrics for the K1 in Mexico was very time consuming. Well, in Bogota, it took, what, 5 minutes? In Colombia, it was just like 5 minutes. And in New Orleans, it was like 5 minutes. So Mexico, maybe it's a different process. Tammy finally said issued on the SEAC. Mount du salute to Tammy. You got a issued status. That means you go pick up your passport. In Jamaica, man. Now, I've flown over Jamaica so many freaking times. When I flew to Colombia to visit Karina, I would fly over Jamaica, and then I'd fly over communist Cuba, right? And when I was flying over communist Cuba, I would ask the flight attendant, hey, come here. She said, what? I said, can you, like, when you fly over the communist palace, wherever the communist government is, wherever they control the government, can you, like, dump the bathroom toilets, open up and just empty the toilets? And the lady said, no, we can't do that. I said, oh, well, it's just a question. I mean, you know. And Karina's like, no, don't do that. She said, no, that's horrible. Hey, I don't like communists, okay? They're very, very bad people, in my opinion, okay? If you are a communist, okay, that's your decision, but I don't like them. So I was joking, by the way. Aquarius, good old New York. Rich Spice Gina, no, all together. I need a 4th job. You got to submit them all together. All together. 4 green card applications, 4 checks, 4 Office Depot document protectors, or a stack of them, and 4 Office Depot binders. Francois, update. Hamid has decided not to go to Morocco after he has his visa in his hands. That's a good point. That's a good thing. He's afraid of immigration. The Casablanca airport might get grief. He might give him grief. They could. That's like the lady from Iran. There was a lady from Iran who I helped to get into Turkey. I gave her advice on how to get to Turkey and how to get through Iranian immigration. Okay, remember, the Iranian government doesn't like America. Well, they don't like the U.S. government. So she went to Turkey and had her K1 visa interview, and she got it. Okay, and then she said to me in a message, she said, "I'm going to fly back to Iran and get my clothes and get my stuff." I said, "No, you're not. You're in Turkey. You've got your green card. Excuse me. You've got your K1 visa and your Iranian passport. What you're going to do now is you're going to fly to the United States from Turkey. But I need my clothes." I said, "If you go back to Iran, if you fly from Turkey to Tehran, the Iranian government's going to see your U.S. K1 visa and your passport, and they're going to detain you. They could tear that K1 visa out of your passport and shred it. They could they could put a hole punch in your Iranian passport, and that it totally invalidates your passport. They could." She said, "Why would they do that?" I said, "Because you're going to America. And it would be one way for the Iranian government to stick a pin in your head." So she said, "Okay. What do I do about my clothes?" I said, "When you get to freaking California, have your husband, when you get married, buy new clothes for you that you left behind in Iran. And she said, okay. I saved her so much grief. She would have been stuck in Iran without a passport, with her K-1 visa destroyed, in my opinion. It could happen, right? Rich Spice Jr. and the biometrics are how much for here? The biometrics, I think, it's $1,440 for the green card application and the biometrics. So you write a check for $1,440, and that includes the price of the biometrics. And I think it's like $85 is how much it is for biometrics. That's how much it costs. I think it's $85. But the total price of the biometrics for one green card for an adult, not for a kid, is $1,440, and it includes the biometrics. Aquarius, Diego, on taxes. If fiance comes next year, can I put him on my taxes? If he comes next year, if he comes to the United States next year, and you get married in 2025, you cannot put him on your 2024 tax return. Okay? If he's not present in the United States in 2024, you cannot claim him on your taxes in 2025. Okay, Karina came to America on January 3rd, 2024. We got married on January 14th, excuse me, 2024. I had to file my taxes as single. Even though we were married, I had to file them as single because Karina wasn't in the United States in 2023. She was in 2023, the whole year she was in Colombia. But in 2025, when I filed my taxes, we filed joint returns. Then Karina and I will file a joint tax return in 2025. And what's the cutoff date? April 15th. That's the cutoff date to file your taxes. That's a test question for U.S. citizenship, by the way. And I just made a video on 100 questions that you can be asked for U.S. citizenship. Francois Livingston. Let me see, Francois. So now I'm going to fly to Abu Dhabi for the few days, and we fly back together to your favorite state. Listen, Francois, I lived in Staten Island, New York. Okay, not for a long time, but I was there. Not for a long time. And then it snowed. It was the blizzard of 82. I was living with my aunt. My aunt, she worked in the World Trade Center before it was blown up. My aunt worked on the 84th floor of the North Tower of the World Trade Center. And I would in the morning, I would get up and go and catch the ferry into Manhattan, and I'd go up and hang out with her in the World Trade Center at lunchtime. And then she'd kick me out and say, go do something. Keep out, don't be bothering me when I'm at work. So I'd go back down in the super elevator in the World Trade Center, back, and I'd go and explore New York City. Okay? But then we had the blizzard of 82, and I got stranded in the house. Snowed in. The snow was up to the second floor window. I said, I'm done. So I asked my aunt, I said, hey, I'm going to clear the sidewalks, okay? And when the city come in and clean up the roads, the snow, please drop me off at JFK International Airport in Queens. She goes, why? I said, I'm flying to Florida. She said, why are you flying to Florida? I said, because it's freaking warm in Florida and there's no snow. I said, I spent the whole day clearing the sidewalk in here in Staten Island. I cleared the freaking sidewalk for you. And then the neighbor came out. Hey, I cleared his sidewalk. And then the other neighbor came out of her house. Hey, and I cleared her sidewalk. I spent all day freaking digging snow. So when all the sidewalks were clear, I said, hey, can you take me to JFK? And I flew to Jacksonville. I got off the plane in Jacksonville, Florida, got on a bus and went to Fort Walton Beach. I arrived at the bus station there and said, hey, I need a job. And the lady said, okay, you can paint, you can clean the bathrooms, you can load buses, but I'm not going to pay you, but I'll give you a place to live and I'll let you drive my car and you can do errands for me. And I said, you're in. I made a deal. That's a heck of a deal, right? Then I joined the Navy. So I went from New York to Florida. And you know what? It doesn't snow here. It's 83 degrees. It's nice and warm. So anyway, So Francoise, I like New York, okay? In the summertime, but you know, when you spend money in New York City, half the stuff you spend the money on gets taxed. You know, if you buy a steak dinner, like I ate at Patsy's Italian restaurant in New York City, 40% of the bill was freaking tax. And it's not the restaurant's fault, it's the freaking government. Okay, let's see. So Aquarius, if you cannot put your fiance, you cannot put him on your 2024 tax return in 2025. You can put him on your 2026 tax return as long as he's here for the whole year of 2025. You guys get married. Antonio, hey Diego, your wife got her employment authorization document in the mail today. She's ready to work. Get her to work. Put her to work, man. Congratulations. K Messenger, biometrics process was FUBA. Now Richard Marchenko was the guy that created SEAL Team 6. Richard Marchenko created SEAL Team 6 back in the 80s. And he was the guy that created that acronym FUBA. As far as I know. Okay? But I'm sorry that it sucked for you. Let me see. Where are we at, Karina? The Mountain Nomads. Diego, so yesterday we received our welcome letter and our case number, and our case is in transit to Morocco, Casablanca, U.S. Embassy or Consulate in Morocco. It's a consulate in Casablanca. The Mountain Nomads. So Diego, my question is this. When I should start acting on the DS-160 and booking the interview? Should we wait till our case is in the ready status? That's correct. You got to wait for the embassy to be ready for you. You can submit the DS-160 if you want to. And if you can pay for the visa fee, you can do that. But remember, the DS-160 is a free form. You don't pay for the DS-160. It's totally free. You're paying for the consular interview, okay? But if you receive the welcome letter and a case number, you're still too early, and it's in transit. Okay, your visa's in transit to the consulate in Casablanca, Morocco. Go ahead and process the DS-160. See if you can pay the visa fee. Okay, but you're not going to probably be able to schedule a visa interview till you get the ready status. So what we're going to do is we're going to sprinkle all this pixie dust all over your case so it speeds up for you. Okay, you can't beat that. Okay, this channel has pixie dust and Mountain Dew salutes and all this free information. I got 9 years, guys, ladies and gentlemen. I've got 9 years experience in doing this. Karina's sitting right here. She already got her green card. She's already working, right? And she's sitting here, running the YouTube channel for me. Antonio, can she now get her state ID using her EAD? You can get a state ID, but you cannot get a driver's permit or driver's license, or is the state ID not necessary? It's in Louisiana. Yeah, Louisiana. So you're going to be in a parish. You're not going to get a county ID. You're going to get a parish ID. But what I would do is just wait until you get the green card, and then go to get her a driver's license. As long as she knows how to drive. If she doesn't know how to if she cannot drive, teach her how to drive a car on private land somewhere, in parking lots, in a church parking lot, something like that. Get her learning to drive. And then when she gets her green card, go get her a driver's license. Get her ready for a driver's license. Don't waste your time with a freaking state ID. Don't waste your time. We tried to get her ID, but they didn't give it because she didn't have her green card. So I just said, when she gets her green card, she'll have her social security number, right? And then she can get a driver's license. You forget about the state ID. It's a waste of time, in my opinion. Now, if you want to have a state ID, go ahead and get it. I think there was a lady from Alabama who got a state ID. She's relocating to Michigan. But that was up to her, and it helped her case with her green card. but you don't need it. What you need is the freaking green card. Because what does a green card do? What does a green card do? It means a green card says you can live in America as a resident. You can work in America. You can pay taxes in America. You are under constitutional protections in America. Okay? If you don't like something the government's doing and you are a foreign national with a green card, you don't like what Biden's doing or you don't like what Trump's doing, you can voice your opinion and say, I don't like that. You're an idiot. And this, you can do that because the First Amendment to the Constitution allows you to do that. Why do I bring that up? Because what you should be doing now as a green card holder is planning to become a U.S. citizen. When you become a citizen, you can become a U.S. citizen in 3 years from the issue date of your 2-year temporary green card. So you look at your 2-year green card, you look at the issue date, add 3 years to that, 36 months, you can apply for U.S. citizenship 3 months before the 3-year mark. Focus on your 10-year green card. You got your 2-year green card in your hand. In 21 months, right? 21? In 21 months, you have to lift the conditions off that 2-year green card and apply for a 10-year green card. Once you've had your 10-year green card about 9 months to a year, apply for U.S. citizenship, become an American citizen, and then apply for your U.S. passport. And then you can travel pretty much anywhere in the world except you can't go to North Korea, you can't go to Iran, you don't want to go to level 4 countries which have a level 4 travel status. The State Department says don't go here, don't go there. But you don't have to go through all this immigration crap anymore. Antonio got it. Antonio, have Karina figured out U.S. money? ¿Tú entiendes efectivo para She understands U.S. money. She said there's lots of coins, lots of coins. You got 1 penny, you got the cent, the 5 cents, the 10 cents, the quarter. She said there's lots of coins. But she knows it. She got it. And she said it's easy. And she can even convert it into Colombian pesos. Right? She can convert dollars into pesos, Colombian pesos. But she doesn't waste her time converting dollars into Venezuelan bolivars because the Venezuelan bolivar is worthless. It's worthless. It's paper. That's all, right? Yeah. Maduro basically destroyed the economy of Venezuela. Okay. Destiny's Room. Hi, Diego and Karina. What's going on, Destiny's Room? Antonio, my wife has been here since April. She doesn't know the money yet. Señor esposo, no entiendo efectivo Estados Unidos. She'll get it. Karina said, give it time. She's from the Philippines. Well, I don't know what kind of money what kind of money do they have in the Philippines? I can't remember. I know that Lapu kicked the Spanish out of the Philippines. That's all I know. The Philippines was under Spanish rule, and then Lapu was the hero of the Philippines who kicked the Spanish out of the Philippines. I think it was in Cebu. Just like Simon Bolivar kicked the Spanish out of South America, and the United States, we kicked the British out of the United States. Everybody seems to think they can control everybody else, right? So in the Philippines, it's pesos. Okay. Very good. Destiny's Room, we are finishing up the I-134, the Declaration of Financial Support. Struggling on what to put for the number of dependents from my mom's I-134. She has only 5 children with her now, 6 in the tax return. But my brother moved out. The dependents, Destiny's Room, the dependents that your mama has to show on the I-134 are the people that she claims on her tax return. Okay? So she only has 5 children with her now, 6 in the tax return. So if your brother moved out, that's going to be -1. He's no longer going to be claimed on her taxes. So he's not included as a dependent. Okay? You got it? Destiny's Room. Yeah, he moved out 10 months ago. Okay, well, your mom can't be claiming him on her taxes anymore. Okay? She can't be doing that. But he is no longer a dependent, so -1. She won't this time around, right? That's good. No, when she files her taxes in April of 2025, she will be -1 person. Okay, guys, I've been talking for a tad over an hour. A question from Destiny's Room. Okay, does she count herself? No, she's not a dependent of herself. She doesn't count herself, only dependents. So you're going to have, the number is going to be, how many dependents? It's going to be right here. You're welcome, Destiny's Room. Rich Spice Jr. What are some things that Karina was shocked to see and learn about in the United States? Tu sorprendido aquí en Estados Unidos que, like we have a bathtub in every house. The houses are much more bigger here in Colombia. She said the houses are much bigger. The highways, the calle principal, the roads are much bigger. What's interesting, she told me, the climate, she said, is too hot. It's too hot here for her. It's too hot here for me. The weather sucks. In July and August, it's so hot here. It's insane, insanely hot, right? It's not commodity. But what Karina told me the other day was she doesn't see any motorcycles on the road, hardly any motorcycles. In Bogota, Colombia, there's probably 1 million motorcyclists looking for 500,000 parking spots. And she said there's lots and lots and lots of people in Bogota that walk on the streets. The roads are packed, the sidewalks are packed with people. But remember, Bogota is a big city, like Los Angeles, like New York City. I remember New York City. I left my aunt's office in the World Trade Center. I came down the elevator, and I'm trying to walk north, and everybody was coming south. So it was me going north and 1 million people coming south. It was me battling the tide. It was like me trying to enter the ocean during a tsunami. Bogota is the same way. There's millions of people, lots of people on motorcycles and walking and everything. But here, she may see one motorcycle. She's like, oh, there's a motorcycle. Wow. She goes, wow, there it is. But everybody here drives in cars, right? And there's nobody hardly on the sidewalks. Okay, guys, we'll be back. And Francois, big thank you. Stay tuned. Rooster, look at that, Rooster, super chat. Rooster, I can't go right now. I got to talk to Rooster. I gotta earn that super chat from Rooster. Francois, big thank you. Stay tuned. Good night, Francois. Get some rest. Rooster, thank you. Carlos, I finally received an email from the U.S. Embassy, Bogota. But it's in Spanish. Well, yeah. Do I have to create an account and pay the fee before scheduling an appointment for the medical and the interview? Carlos, you get a K1 FTP email from the U.S. Embassy in Bogota. They send you an email with directions on how to schedule the visa interview and pay the visa fee. Carlos, listen to me. You got an email from the U.S. Embassy from Bogota, but it's in Spanish. Well, then copy and paste it. Copy and paste the email, put it in a translation device, and translate it into English. See what it says. But you should get an email from the embassy in Bogota where you click on links. You click on different links. This link sends you to a U.S. travel docs where you can pay the visa fee. Then the visa fee, once you pay the visa fee, it opens up a calendar where you can schedule the biometrics and the visa interview. I have made a video on how to schedule the visa interview in Bogota, Colombia. I'm going to write it right here. Right here. I made a video on how to schedule the visa interview in Bogota without the hyphen on the Bogota, because this is an American computer. I can't put the hyphen on it. Rooster, catching the end, but the Mountain Dew salute. Thank you, Rooster. I appreciate you. I'm going to give you some time to earn that super chat from you. Rich Spice Jr. to Carlos, but I just went through all of that. Diego helped a lot. And with that, guys, we're out of here. Karina's tired. She's been working since 6 o'clock this morning. Okay, and she's graciously here on the live stream. And I did the live stream 3 times a week. I do it twice a week now, Wednesdays and Saturdays, because I don't want to overkill and become a boring channel for you guys. Okay? But if you want me, I'll do a surprise live stream during the week when Karina's at work so I can answer your questions, but it's going to be just me. All right? But we will see you guys on the next live stream, which will be Saturday.